We usually think of vitamins as something good for our bones or our heart. But not many of us realize there are 3 specific vitamins that directly affect muscle strength, especially in our legs. And when we get the right amount of these nutrients, it can make a noticeable difference in how well we walk, keep our balance, and even lower the chance of falling. In today's video, we're going to explore 3 vitamins that doctors and recent studies have confirmed as essential for leg strength after 60. We'll break down each one clearly, share the science behind it, and most importantly, walk through how to get more of it naturally with no pills, no supplements. If you find this helpful, feel free to hit like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe so you don't miss more practical health videos like this one. Now let's dive into the first vitamin one that seems familiar but plays an incredibly important role in keeping our muscles strong. 1. Vitamin D3. When we hear vitamin D, most of us immediately think of bone health. But what we might not know is that this seemingly simple vitamin also plays a key role in keeping our muscles strong, especially our legs. After 60, this is actually one of the most commonly missed nutrients in the body, and the effects can sneak up on us. Maybe we feel unsteady when walking, maybe our legs tire out faster, or we lose our balance more easily than we used to. What many people don't realize is that vitamin D3 doesn't just help with calcium absorption for our bones. It also plays a direct role in how our muscles function. It also plays a direct role in how our muscles work. Our muscle cells have specific spots, like little sensors, that respond to vitamin D3. When we have enough, those sensors help kickstart the process of building protein and keeping the messages between our nerves and muscles flowing smoothly. That's how our muscles know when to contract or relax, and how to do it properly. But when vitamin D3 is low, those signals get fuzzy. Muscles might shake, feel weaker, or respond more slowly. And the benefits don't stop there, because vitamin D3 also steps in as a quiet helper when it comes to inflammation. Specifically, it helps reduce the kind of low-level, chronic inflammation that tends to build up with age and is now being closely linked to muscle loss over time. A 2024 report published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that vitamin D deficiency is widespread among older adults and is clearly linked to weaker leg strength and a higher risk of falling around the same time. The journal Nutrients also emphasized the anti-inflammatory benefits of vitamin D3 in protecting muscle mass as we age. The easiest way to picture it is this: if our legs were like a well-oiled machine, vitamin D3 would be the power source that keeps everything running smoothly. Without enough of it, the whole system starts to sputter. Now, the good news is, many of us are already getting a little vitamin D3 without even thinking about it from foods like salmon, egg yolks, and fortified milk. But here's the catch: if we spend most of our time indoors and rarely get morning sun, our bodies might still fall short. That's why, instead of relying only on food, it helps to step outside for 15 to 20 minutes of gentle sunlight in the morning, along with eating D-rich foods. This way, our body can naturally produce and absorb what it needs to keep our muscles supported. 2. Vitamin B12. If vitamin D3 is like the electricity that keeps our muscles running smoothly, then vitamin B12 is the wiring system that connects our brain to our legs. When that wiring gets tangled, frayed, or sluggish, even the strongest muscles won't move the way they're supposed to. That's why low levels of B12 don't just leave us feeling tired. They can also throw off our coordination, especially in the lower body. As we get older, our ability to absorb B12 from food steadily declines. The main reason lies in the stomach. When stomach acid isn't strong enough to separate B12 from the protein in food, our body simply can't access it. The result? Even with a balanced diet, we could still be quietly running low on B12 without realizing it. One of the clearest signs of B12 deficiency is nerve signal disruption. B12 plays a critical role in protecting the myelin sheath that's the insulating layer around our nerves. When this layer gets thin or damaged, the messages traveling from brain to muscle become weak, slow, or just plain wrong. That's what causes some older adults to start feeling tingling in the legs, muscle soreness, instability, or poor reflexes. According to a 2024 publication in the Journal of the American Medical Association, vitamin B12 deficiency is one of the most common causes of muscle weakness and sensory loss in the legs among older adults. This doesn't just make walking harder, it increases the risk of falls and the loss of physical independence. B12 is also crucial for making red blood cells, which carry oxygen to our muscles. Without enough oxygen, muscle tissue can't function properly. That's when we start feeling drained after just a few steps or a few minutes of standing. Fortunately, there are plenty of everyday foods that can help us maintain healthy B12 levels without much effort. Well-cooked beef liver, hard-boiled eggs, steamed salmon, and fortified dairy products are all excellent sources. For those of us with simpler diets or who rarely eat animal-based foods, just mixing in a few B12-rich meals each week can make a real difference. For example, a breakfast of boiled eggs with whole grain toast, or a soft cooked lunch of liver and vegetables, can help give our muscles and nerves the fuel they need. 3. Vitamin E. By the time we reach our 60s, it's not just our bones that start to show wear and tear. Our muscles also begin to suffer from a decline in the body's natural defense systems. One of the quiet culprits behind this damage is something called oxidative stress. That's when harmful free radicals, unstable molecules constantly attack healthy cells, and muscle cells, especially those in our legs, are especially vulnerable if they don't have enough antioxidant protection. Vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant, acts as an invisible shield. It protects muscle cells from free radical damage and helps them repair after stress. Every time we walk, move around, or even just stand for a while in the kitchen, our muscle fibers take a hit without enough vitamin E. The cell membranes can become leaky, inflamed, or develop tiny injuries that slowly build up into weakness, soreness, or even trouble keeping our balance. But protection is just part of the story. Vitamin E also helps rebuild muscle tissue, especially during the recovery phase after activity. Because it lowers low-grade inflammation across the body, it can help ease post-activity soreness and speed up the healing process, something that becomes more important as our bodies recover more slowly with age. One piece of research that really drives this home was published in Free Radical Biology and Medicine in 2024. It showed that when older adults maintain good levels of vitamin E, their muscles are much better protected from the kind of oxidative stress that wears down strength over time. There's also some compelling evidence suggesting that vitamin E may support better blood circulation to the limbs. Good circulation doesn't just deliver oxygen, it brings nutrients directly to the muscle cells, helping them feel less tired and heavy after a long walk or a day on our feet. In everyday life, many foods rich in vitamin E are surprisingly easy to include. A handful of sunflower seeds or lightly toasted almonds as an afternoon snack, a tablespoon of canola or olive oil in a green salad, or a few slices of mashed avocado on whole grain toast. These simple additions can help maintain our natural vitamin E stores without the need for supplements. If we can include vitamin-eric foods in our meals 3 to 4 times a week, we're giving our muscles a quiet but powerful line of defense. That can mean stronger legs, faster recovery, and fewer of those vague aches and stumbles that sneak up on us at the end of a busy day. Here's the most important takeaway: vitamin D3 keeps our muscles responsive and strong by helping them contract and relax smoothly, especially when we walk or balance. Vitamin B12 supports the nerves that send signals to our muscles and keeps them energized throughout the day. Vitamin E defends every muscle cell from the slow damage of age and oxidative stress. Each of these vitamins isn't just a nutrient. They act like the gatekeeper, the technician, and the emergency responder for our muscles, especially the ones in our legs, which carry us every day and are the first to show signs of decline. We don't need to overhaul everything to benefit from them. Just start with a breakfast that includes eggs. Add salmon to your lunch now and then. Pile leafy greens onto your dinner plate, and enjoy a few nuts or seeds as a snack. These small shifts can create noticeable improvements in how we walk, how long we can stand, and how stable we feel as we age. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with a friend or a loved one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can keep exploring more health topics together, all carefully selected and explained to help you live stronger and healthier, one day at a time.